from Charles Davis. Here's Ryan Fitzgerald set to get us started. And we are underway from uptown Charlotte. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Second and 6. Darnold from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. The return is Renfro. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They'll find McMillan here. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Young from the shotgun. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. 3rd down and 13.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Now here's Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Gets past 1 man. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's been a huge factor in the passing game all season long. His numbers reflect that. Currently leads all NFL running backs in receiving yards. Cooper Kupp. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cooper Kupp with career touchdown number 60. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 70 yards and a touchdown.
And that gives him 9 for the season, and I've been around the game long enough to know this. 10 is the benchmark number, all right? People want to get to there because that really signifies that you've had the year that you've been looking for and also gives you respect around the league.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Young to throw it. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
3 more yards. That's another.
Here's Young. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the Seahawks 15.
They run here with Dowdle. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They run again with Dowdle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Young will set to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Throwing, Young. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal.
33-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First down.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. The Seahawks at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. They played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Now it's Darnold. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And he'll stretch out only about a yard up to the 32. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Seahawks have recovered.
You remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 3rd and short to give it a tight end. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Sam Martin in punt formation for Carolina.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they'll start with a 1st and 10 at their own 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The crowd may be losing just a little bit. Walker hitting the ball is out. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. He's wondering about his mechanics right now, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
A gain of 18 on the play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be so short.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
Darnold, a sneak. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it. Across midfield.
It's a gain of 2. And the Seahawks, first down. 2 yards on the play. First down, Seahawks.
Now Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Darnold's pass.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Second and 2.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Seahawks, first down.
Again, it's Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
DJ Waller on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 36.
Darnold now to throw. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. To throw is Darnold. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Back to throw, Darnold. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be brought down, looks like right at the 40. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 46. Myers' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Carolina offense about ready to go. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the
To
play.
throw, Young.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now Young. That caught by Trimble. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
To the left side, he's got McMillan. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. From the 38 now, here's second down and 7. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The offense on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. We get a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns by a running back, and he sets the pace here in the latter stages of the season. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Walker with another carry. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Now 3rd down and 7. Now back to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
It's a gain of 11. And the Seahawks first down.
Here's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
First down.
Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
At the 26-yard line.
Now here's Young.
It's second and goal.
They'll find McMillan here. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
Young quickly to the flat. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
4 yards. That's another Panthers first down.
Young. That one complete to Ligon. Only able to gain a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
42-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
It'll be Young again. This is caught by McMillan. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And that is incomplete. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And this will pin them nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And with a 17-3 cushion already, we'll see how aggressive they want to be. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Seahawks first down. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Seattle.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports halftime.